something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. Connection to the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Gators want to crank the tempo.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
This time he's got it. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. Back to throw, it's Lagway. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Wants to throw again. Got the quick pass. At the 35, he's got room. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
On the option. Oh, he's got a chance. Got the first down. Looking for more. A really productive run gets it up to the 31-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Nice run there. Doesn't it just feel like Notre Dame football when you see that too? You know, you got touchdown Jesus looking down, and one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to have is big uglies up front. Guys pushing the pile. NFL talent on this.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground. He gets north fast.
Makes the grab on the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him? Or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
Tight end now in motion. Back to throw, it's Carr. He's going to fire deep. And it's caught inside the 30.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's locked. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Notre Dame once backed up near its own goal line, now on the move. Using the quick game. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. He's brought down a short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback go smaller, and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were fine.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And the timing just a hair off.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They go to the draw. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Scanning the field, it's Carr. Right down the middle. He's got it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult for him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on, bottling him up. That's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside.
Touchdown! Great job by the back on the option.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got his man. No chance to run, but still a good gain. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab on the big throw. Touchdown, Gators! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the 1st half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the 1st half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the 2nd half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. He's out of bounds at the 31 after a nice return. Final seconds of the 1st half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. To the air. It's Carr. He rifles one deep to the left. He's got it on the sideline. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He'll take a shot. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering.
Fires one high and deep. Grabs it up to 25 in stride. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Florida!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Here come the Irish, back on offense. I know when a guy's thrown 3 interceptions, it's not good, but everything hasn't been bad. They've moved the ball a little bit. They just keep self-destructing. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. Now, I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Notre Dame right back to the line. A designed run for the quarterback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Carr. Lets it fly. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
I love the vision on the quarterback by this defense. Dude, you know that ball's going to come out pretty quick. Down here on the goal-to-go situation, they break on the football, and they make sure they swat it down so the offensive guy can't make a play.
Strong, firm tackle. 4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. Wide receiver comes in motion. He wants to throw it. Steps away. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Absolutely perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. to start the drive with a pass. Grabbed on the outside, it's Hawkins. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Now he's going to break the pocket. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
He's got an open man. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. He'll try to do it himself. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. And the Gators are in the hurry-up.
And he showed you in 2 plays why this defense has been up late at night. Like thinking about having to guard, he makes you defend the back end, throwing the football, but then has the ability to pull it down and shoot up yards with his legs. He makes you cover the whole field, run and pass. Infuriating to deal with as a defense.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got his man quickly. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Long. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. The Gators didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for that.
It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period. We've been treated to an aerial show by these 2 guys so far as you check out their numbers. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Down in the final period in a tight game, and they will go for it on 4th and goal. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Unleashes to the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, dude.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle? Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there.
Man, is that the opportunity they needed. That is exactly what this defense needed. They need to swing momentum. They needed to get the ball back to their offense if they wanted to win this football game. Just such a huge missed opportunity.
Finds his man down the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Really nice execution by this offense. This is the time, right? Late in the football game, got to get a few 1st downs to preserve this lead, to get out of here with the W. They trust their quarterback. They protect him. They get the 1st down.
to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against the defense that knows you're going to do it.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Flanagan. Pulled down for the tackle. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Now, this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this third down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
To throw, it's Carr. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. Makes the grab and knocked down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
They'll move the tight end. They'll go to the ground. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Back to the ground game on the left.
And I think the offensive coordinator will be a little frustrated in that play because obviously it didn't go anywhere, and that's fine if you don't get any yardage, but we're under 2 minutes. You know, we've got the lead. We want that clock to be our friend and to tick, running out of bounds, stopping it, really keeping this defense in the football game.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Making side adjustments here. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Firing to the end zone. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
What a great stop in a big moment for this defense. Nice job getting the stop. Now listen, the ball goes back to the offense, and this has a chance now to be a great finish. That was a clutch stand for this defense.
They'll start this drive with a pass. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. To the air, it's Lagway. Quarterback extends the play. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked up.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He wants a big play here late. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. He's got it and more than enough for a 1st down. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.